Cinema. I am Aaron and kind of exhausted, but I'm here tonight because I promised you that I would be, or I would be sleeping right now. So hopefully we'll get some people in to talk. We are going to be talking about Vinegar Syndrome and Arrow Video. Both made some big announcements today. Huge announcements. Hey, Amy, welcome. The biggest one has got to be from is from Vinegar Syndrome. They they kind of top the announcements. You can't top. Well, it's going to be really hard to top this. Hey there, Scholar. I've opened up my. So let's go into this really quick. Let's do this right away. Let's not pussyfoot about it. Some people think that I wait too long. Hey there, Shadow, to talk about this stuff. Hey there, Mary. Are you excited, Mary? Hey, Blu-ray. Hey, everybody. So let us see if it's. There we go. Had to open it up again to yo Death Bomb. So we are going to be talking about the Vinegar Syndrome announcements. Are you guys stoked about this? Are you guys excited? Are you guys as excited as me? I've been pretty good. I just got back from a Friday the 13th triple feature, which was playing at my drive-in, which that's what me and my better half. The other I asked her, basically she said I said we can do anything for her birthday, and she was like, let's do something together, and that's what she wanted to do, and she did it for me. And just to get out and have fun, to have kind of a date night. Um, so I highly appreciate it. We had a blast, and she had some really interesting things to converse about on Friday 13th. So that's given me some ideas actually. Uh, all right, who here has heard of it? Is there anybody here that hasn't heard about the Vinegar Syndrome announcements? Hey there, Jason. Anybody else that hasn't heard about the Vinegar Syndrome announcements yet? They did kill it, Ryan. That is so true. Enjoy your social, man. Understandable. Mark, it's a good one. It's a really freaking good one. Vinegar Syndrome announced their Black Friday pre-order bundle. So what's going on right now is Vinegar Syndrome from that 10 a.m. this morning. Uh, heard and pre-ordered. Vinegar Syndrome made their big announcement for Black Friday. Every year, Vinegar Syndrome tends to try to up themselves when it comes to Black Friday. It's their, I would guess, their biggest sales time every year. So they're always looking for new acquisitions, new titles, ways to kind of push themselves further. And oh man, did they ever! Yesterday when we were, well, I think it was yesterday, right? When we were talking about Vinegar Syndrome and what the possibilities of what this could be, uh, is basically we we talked about things that it could be without thought, hey, maybe this it's going to be like kind of like one of the kind of like the like is it home what's it called again, home sweet home. Is it going to be uh you know and I know you're alone. What's a must have in this announcement? A couple things, but one in particular, Craig. One serious one in particular, and we're going to talk about it. So there were two things, of course, that they always do. They leave for secret, uh, for uh, for the day. But let's go over the ones that they did announce, and we'll start with the Jello box set first. This is the second Forgotten Jelly box set, and these here are ones that people do know a lot more than the first set, and some really fun ones. So we knew it got leaked earlier on that French Sex Murders was going to be one of the Jallos that was going to be like coming up in the future. We didn't know if it was going to be in the box set or not, but now that's confirmed. Not only is it in the box set, but it's a never before on disc French version of it, that we've that's never been seen before. and it is going to be super gory. And hey, Dave, thanks a lot. And super sleazy, and it's going to be really cool. Um, My Dear Killer is getting a new 4K restoration, which only, as far as I know, has only ever been on DVD through Shameless and maybe Blue Underground. I'm not sure. Uh, oh, I hate that. I hate when you get bootlegs. That happened to me before, Alan. Uh, and last but definitely not least is one that I was going to pick up on DVD from on Macabre a while back, and I'm glad I waited because Rose's The Girl in Room 2A. Oh, Andrew, we're getting into him. Uh, is getting an extended Italian cut, newly restored from its original camera negative. So it's OCN. Um, we don't know the features. We don't know the cover art yet on any of the discs or even on the box set itself. But we do know that those three are going to be the ones that are in the Forgotten Jelly box set part two. We'd like thought, okay, is it going to be the Forgotten Jelly box set? Is it going to be like the Howling set that had been rumored? We now have confirmation it's the Forgotten Jelly set, and for a lot of people, they did outdo themselves. Al, I agree. If you had never, if you were in the Jello a bit and you're kind of like, I like the last set, but I'm not quite sure. Everything didn't seem really Joello esque. I guess we'll use that as a word. Uh, this one definitely will. It's definitely in the vein of like, okay, yes, these are seriously like some cool jowls on here. Next up was the VSU was announced, and it is gorgeous. Hey SJ, hey Damien, Shiksha Padel. So we know we're getting a better version of it. So let's go to the VSU because I want to show you guys this. So the VSU, basically Vinegar Cinema Ultra. Hey there, Jason. If you weren't aware, or if you weren't here when I did my video yesterday, uh, is basically going to be a different type of label. Um, Doing a lot of different stuff. Heather Jonathan. Um, and I was kind of unsure of if I was going to like Vinegar Syndrome Ultra, like if their type of titles would be for me. And oh man, are they ever for me? And I'm so excited to see more VSUs because this is exactly what I was hoping for, and it is the Beastmaster, Don Coscarelli's classic sword and sandal in 4K for the very first time from an inner positive, because we all know that that of course it has been lost. All these are in Blu-ray formats except for Beastmaster, which is going to be a 4K Blu-ray combo pack. I was asked earlier if Vinegar Syndrome would be doing these in DVD, but Vinegar Syndrome has stopped doing DVDs except for some of the Peakoramas and stuff like that. So they no longer do the DVD Blu-ray combo packs. They do like Blu-rays and of course, and they do the 4K Ultra HD and the Blu-ray combo packs. So to get into like the Beastmaster one a little bit more, the VSU has a very special. Well, this one, Jason, is included in the yearly subscription, but we're much like the VSA, where they're not quite sure like when they're coming out or how many they're going to do. It'll be the same as the VSA down the road. Basically, they'll send you out coupons so that you get them for half off or more when it comes to future releases. But you get the first taste for free with the subscriber. And some people like were kind of complaining about the fact that well, the VSAs aren't included and the VSUs aren't included. So why am I really getting a good deal? Yeah, you are, because you signed up to subscribe to the Vinegar Syndrome titles that that came out. Hey Griff, and you know what? That you're getting that, and usually there's like anywhere between 3 to 5 titles uh, per month, and sometimes there's box sets as well. So the fact that they've come out and put them like sub labels, um, like if there was a Scream Factory bundle edition and you could subscribe to, you wouldn't expect to get Shout Factory or Shout Select along with the Scream Factory stuff. So it works much the same way. I did get the notification, Alan, about Cruel Jaws, so it is on its way. It may take a while, but it's on its way. I did get the Cruelest bundle, so this is the artwork for Beastmaster. So I want you to get a good look at that. And if that hasn't sold you on it, Amy's already a huge Beastmaster fan, so I know you're completely sold. So this is what we know about the VSUs now. They're going to have a very unique look to them. Hey there, Sumo. Um, so this is another sub-label. It's going to be all 4K. It's going to have a 4K restoration. But what's really neat, what's really kind of cool here, is that it's got a special kind of like it's got a special case with it. So I want to get this down here right. So yeah, so it's going to be limited edition VSU. It's going to have a magnetic clasp hard case. Contains a slipcover, of course, the Blu-ray 4K combo pack, and a 40-page bound book as well. Uh, there is a brand new, newly produced feature-length documentary on Beastmaster that's included on here. There will be selected extras ported over from previous DVD releases as well. Uh, there'll be a reversible Blu-ray sleeve cover artwork. So we'll be getting, there's a lot to this. So newly scanned and restored in 4K from its inner positive. And that's important to know. It's not from an inner negative, it is from an inner positive. So you're looking at getting some really good quality there. The best you're going to get without having an OCN. That's the next one we're going to go to, Arthur Griff. And the biggest one for me, and I guess the biggest one for a lot of you guys there, is Fade to Black. So Fade to Black is coming to Blu-ray for the first time. Craig, you asked which one was a huge deal. Well, aside from Beastmaster, which is an amazing deal to come on 4K and have that type of restoration, uh, Fade to Black is one of the great cinematic thrillers, in my opinion. Like often like, and if you and people say it's like a slasher film, but it's much more than that. No, these are new titles though, so these titles will not be like half off. We don't know yet how limited, Griff, that they're going to be. That'll come out hopefully in the near future. Beastmaster will stay on pre-order, same as Rad did, but the but the bundle is only going to be on sale during pre-order for this weekend. Another thing you should know is that prices will go up. So they will not be the same price when the halfway sale, when the Black Friday sale happens. Some of you guys already know what my decision was, and I would let you know in a few minutes for those that didn't, that don't know. So a little bit about Fade to Black. Fade to Black has Dennis Christopher as a movie addict, cinephile, whatever you want to call him, and he is in love with this girl that is kind of a Marilyn Monroe lookalike, and she is like friends with a guy played by Tim Thomerson. Yes, Tim Thomerson from Trancers. If you look kind of close while you're watching this movie, you're going to notice an actor that just might have done a couple things. You may have done a few things. You may have heard of him before, by the name of Mickey Rourke. Hey there, Trini. So yeah, so Mickey Rourke is actually, hey there, Flip. Welcome, man. Are you excited about the Vinegar Syndrome? I just got back from a Friday the 13th triple feature from parts 1, 2, and 3. It's my better half's birthday today. So we're celebrating her birthday by having like a date night. Thank you. So, thank you so much, by the way. Um, I will tell her you said happy birthday. Hey there. Yeah, I will send the happy birthday wishes along. So thank you so much for that. Fade to Black is an excellent, incredible film, and if you are a fan of like Like, don't think this is going to be a run of the mill slasher. It's not going to be that. Uh, it's going to be an incredibly well done film. Dennis Christopher had just come off doing Breaking Away, which is one of my favorite films, by the way. Um, and I think if we did like, I was talking to Brian Sauer recently, actually today. I was convincing him to get the to get the bundle. Um, and we he just recently bought California Dreaming from Ronin Flicks. I think a Scorpion releasing picture that they did about like kind of about surfing, and it's that also stars Dennis Christopher, by the way. So we got Dennis Christopher in California Dreaming as well, just recently released, and now we got Dennis Christopher in what I consider his penultimate role. For those of you that ever watched the series called The Profiler, it ran for like 4 seasons, 3 seasons with one lead actress, and the fourth season, I think Jamie Lower took over. That's the thing that probably took a while. Say, Fade to Black has clips from a lot of classic films in it. He dresses up as many classic film characters, from Dracula to Hopalong Cassidy to Cody Jarrett from White Heat. Uh, it's a brilliantly done film. And it's brilliantly done like character study as well. It's suspenseful. It's thrilling. It's funny. It's pretty much everything that a cinema fan wants in a movie about cinema. Amy, you are in for a treat. This is a really good film. It is not a paced, bloody slasher film. It is definitely no. Don't like think that there's nothing into it for slasher fans as well. There are deaths in this one, but it's really well done. You got Dennis Christopher like starring in this film. Uh, I can't I cannot like emphasize enough what a good actor this is, uh, or how well these videos this film is done. Exactly, Griff. That a lot of people forget him in the It miniseries. I think it was I was one of the channels that did like kind of like those honest trailers, and a lot of people got upset because people they forgot to mention the guy from the Waltons, like John Boy, and I'm thinking Dennis Christopher is one of the guys in it, and you're upset about the guy from the Waltons, Dennis Christopher, kind of a bigger star. Anyway, so he was in Profiler. Spoiler alert for a series that ended years ago. He is Jack in Profiler. So if you've ever seen the show, then you know there's a mysterious shadowy killer that's going through the 3 seasons of the show, killing off like people and terrorizing the main character. That would be Dennis Christopher. So if you've seen that series, then you kind of got an idea of the type of serial killer he can play. Who did he play in it? Oh, that's a good question. Who did he play in it? The one with the oh god, what's his name again? Now he's in the original it, not the new movie. Of course, we know that. Uh, so let's go to when I bring up it now, it just says the movie. It doesn't say the miniseries. Hey there. So Indy, are you excited, man? Have you found out? I'm guessing you've seen it by now. Dennis Christopher was Eddie. Thank you, Jonathan. I was looking it up. I couldn't find it. As for clues this time around, we don't have a lot of clues when it comes to the films, but we do know this: that they're both of these are 80s horror must-haves. One is going to be on 3D, but don't worry if you don't have a 3D television. There's going to be a flat version of it as well. Uh, and they said it has not been on disc before. So does that rule out? Does that rule out like our first thought? You got to be excited about Fade to Black, Andy. You got to be excited about Fade to Black. It could be Tales from the third dimension too, Ken. There's that's also one that I don't think has ever gotten a DVD release. And they said there's a incredible supernatural slasher that will that'll knock you off your feet or knock your socks off. And some people have thought because of what they said that that means it's going to be prom night too. Hello, Mary Lou. Since prom night, sock hop, that type of thing. See how you're hoping that's going to be. I've I initially thought don't panic like you did. They recently put out two other films by that same director, and Don't Panic is the one that I really really want them to put out by that director. So if it turns out to be Don't Panic, I will be exactly. I'll be super stoked. But you just need to see Fade to Black in good quality. Shutter doesn't have the best quality one. That's an older like print of it with good quality and some great features. I will sell you on it. I don't know if Prom Night 2 is underrated. It's a great film, but it's a cult classic by now. Pretty much everybody knows like Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2. Uh, because it's got the great Michael Ironside for one. Like that alone is that's a given right there. Fade to Black is just a quality film. It's a really a quality film, but it could be one of two things, guys. Well, it's either going to be Don't Panic or Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2. Either one of those will be a fantastic release from Vinegar Syndrome. I can see a lot of people getting more excited about Prom Night 2 with just the thoughts of like what they could do with the artwork and the slipcover and the special features. They're gonna they get a Michael Ironside interview on there, that type of thing. As opposed to like say if it's Don't Panic, then we know what the artwork's gonna kind of be like because you've already done two of his other films, and we've seen the artwork on those, like Cemetery of Terror, um, the Grave Robbers. So those, so we that has that same type of like look to it. You cannot wait on these for next year's sale. Uh, there's some of these that you're gonna need, Indy. Are you telling me you could actually wait on Beastmaster on a 4K Beastmaster with that sexy looking like case, that hard box with the magnetic like clasp on it, and the 40-page booklet, and the slip cover and the whole thing? You can't. There's no way to wait on Beastmaster, man, because it's not going to go down in price. Beastmaster, much like Rad, is one I think is going to go. Uh, I know it's not Rad, but Beastmaster is pretty amazing looking. And the last but not least, there's a Fade to Black limited edition T-shirt, and this one is only available during this weekend. It's not available on the Black Friday sale. It's not available afterwards. It's not being left open. It's done. It's there till Sunday. Then it's gone. Uh, I bet I'll show you the T-shirt in the second one. Huh. A director and feature actors. I think I know what that film is. Uh, so, printing with a shimmering silver screen, pro water base ink, softer feel than the traditional PVC base inks. On high quality vintage black Bella and canvas, 100% ring spun cotton tees, available in any size from from extra small to a 4XL. And these the tees are going to be made to order, and will ship out with the Black Friday sale. So I will show you guys what the t-shirt looks like. It's right here. If you're a fan of Fade to Black, then it's going to be something that you're really, really going to think on grabbing. So what did I do? What did I go for? Okay, I'll put it to you this way: for those that don't know, like don't legitimately don't know, that haven't seen like in my Twitter or anything like that, or any announcements, uh, what do you think I did? I 110% got the everything bundle. Exactly, Mary. I went for the everything bundle. Didn't even blink, especially for that price. And I got the T-shirt because Fade to Black is one of my favorite films. I could not get the T-shirt. You had to go for the bundle as well. Great, Adam. Here's the thing: the bundle runs what? It's a 150, right? American 159, something like that. Oh, a lot of mustard sandwiches, a lot of wraps in my future. That's why I'm finding wraps are cheap to do. So you can do a lot with wraps too. Gonna get some wraps. Gonna get some like pizza sauce. Um, I'm not joking. Like you think I'm joking, but I'm not. Uh, that's I am so excited to see what Fade to Black slip looks like. Uh, I'll be honest, Flip right here. You're one of the reasons I was able to do this. I wouldn't. I don't think I would have been able to without it. So, thank you. Uh, I have never before, like, just to put it to you guys straight. I always like go into and look at the Black Friday stuff every year, and I count my pennies and stuff and save up. Uh, but this is the very first year that I'm going into Black Friday with the bundle bot. Uh, so that takes a lot of like stress off going into Black Friday. I'm not like putting it money aside for like am I going to have enough money for Beastmaster? Am I going to be able to buy Black Fade to Black? Can I get this one or this one? And not trouble. I think it's the right idea. I mean, like I don't have the September package. It was a great package. September package was. They are releasing two VSAs, Adam. That's what I heard. But from what I know, I think that there was so much and like put out on us right away when it comes to the when it comes to this. Like Beastmaster was announced, Fade to Black was announced. These are two like titles, highly sought after titles that people have been wanting for a very long time. The VSU, like the look, like the box and the thing was announced. The Giallo box that was announced. I think right now it was kind of like it was a wealth of information and a lot of stuff being put out at one time. The VSAs on top of that being announced too might have been a bit overkill. So now you got two secret titles, a 3D title too. We got a 3D title and a supernatural slasher flick that have not been announced yet uh, to look into. Two VSA titles that we don't know that aren't going to be announced, as far as I know, until November comes up. The Spanish horror film was great. I'm glad to hear that because I just picked up like I pre-ordered the October bundle a while back, and there's like a second film by that director on the October bundle. I'm hoping we'll get some clues. Like I'll be interested in seeing some clues. We haven't really gotten any serious clues for the one of my guesses for the two secret titles. Uh, I'm in between Silent Madness or Tales from the Third Dimension, or for 3D. I think Ken mentioned Rottweiler is a possibility. I hadn't even thought about that one, but that's a great possibility. And for the slasher one, I'm thinking either Don't Panic or Prom Night 2 Hello Mary Lou. And I could be totally wrong. Those are my guesses for those right there. Right there. VSA versus VSU. What's the difference? Well, VSA is Vinegar Syndrome Archives. It is a hard box, like done to be like one of those kind of pull out VHS cases. They come with huge posters. Hey there, Lee. Welcome, man. I hope you got my message. Um, and because I just got your question when I got back home, uh, and they're Blu-ray. They're Blu-ray like editions. The VSUs come in hard boxes with a magnetic clasp. Uh, as far as I know, I think they're all going to come with booklets. So they're going to come with like 40-page books, and you're going to get you're going to get a slipcover. You're going to get a 4K Blu-ray combo pack. So you're going to get a 4K edition of it and a Blu-ray edition. So if you're not yet 4K, like say you got a 4K TV, you're getting one for Christmas, or and maybe you don't have like a 4K player yet, you're already future-proofed. These releases here are going to be future-proofed. So when they do it like this is cheaper now to buy it than it is when it comes out. So the VSU is I do agree, Jason. It's a fantastic idea and a great like addition to what Vinegar Syndrome's doing. And please understand that the VSUs that are here, that it is going to be cheaper now to buy it than it is when it happens, when the sale actually happens. They do tend to get a bit more expensive when, maybe not a lot, but a bit more expensive when they come out. You will, Jonathan. Don't worry. Well, you can't pre-order Fade to Black or Jello set like on their own right now. Right now, when they do pre-orders, they usually just do the bundle and kind of the secret titles. But you will. Don't worry. You'll have lots of chance to uh, to order Fade to Black and the Jello set on their own once the Black Friday sale starts. I don't like so far. I have not seen a box set like go out of print like during a sale, so you're safe with that. Um, Now these VSU titles are going to be pretty pricey though. So because this first one, this VSU title here, like this was like a $60 title that is down to 36.99 uh, for the pre-order. So not quite sure what it's going to be during the thing, but I would say like if you're at all interested in Beastmaster, uh, if you're all interested in the VSU titles, now's the time to grab it because it's going to be one of those things, guys, where you're going to be looking and you're going to look and you're going to say, "Man, I wish I would have picked up this one." You're going to see the slip and you think, "Oh, maybe the slip's not a big deal." But the box, the hard box, the booklet, like they said, "Oh, it's don't worry, it's not going to be like it won't be limited." But what you're going to be missing on is the booklet and the hard box. That's what you're going to be missing on when it comes to the Beastmaster one. You're going to have the same like discs. You're going to have like you might miss the slipcover, but because it's not like with Rad they had a deal with Hal Needham's estate basically to have like there are so many that they can do. But with this one, they're going to have more of them. So if the aesthetic of it isn't something that you're going to be like really like into, then maybe like you can wait. Like, but if you're looking to collect the issues, if you're looking to get something like you're really looking to get something that's going to really pop off the shelf, it looks like it will. It looks like something that pops. It looks like something that is going to look that looks like you've seen like in the UK with Arrow Video and a lot of German releases that we see come out, and they've got these really fancy like editions and cases and stuff. Well, you always wonder like why don't we get that stuff over here? We get slip covers every once in a while. We get a box set, but we don't get any really super fancy editions. We don't. I mean, aside from like Criterion putting out like the Ingrid Bergman, the Varda set stuff like that. Let's be honest, we don't get the like the love like and editions for uh, that you would get for a lot of stuff over and like Arrow is constantly putting out sets. They did an announcement for Tremors, which we'll talk about in a little bit actually, uh, today, which have made a lot of people excited. There's a lot of pre-orders for that one. I'll tell you that much right now. Um, but it's not something that we usually get. It's not a norm. It's not the norm here. VSU Vinegar Syndrome can bring it to the norm, and that excites me. Uh, as much as you guys know already that I'm a huge Coscarelli fan. I'm probably the biggest fan of Phantasm you're ever going to meet. Um, but I'm a fan of Don Coscarelli overall, and I was very excited when he got back the rights to his films. Pumpkinhead's a great film, by the way. Stan Winston rules. Rest in peace, Stan Winston. So, what are your thoughts? I'm gonna shut up for a minute, and I'm gonna let you guys tell me what you think about this announcement. I want your guys' thoughts. Did you guys pre-order the bundle? Hey there, Deck. Are you gonna be pre-ordering the bundle? Did you just get the Beastmaster one? Did you go for the surprise package? Uh, did any of you grab the T-shirt aside from me? Well, Ragman, it's a huge difference when those Friday the 13th films are on a drive-in theater screen. You don't miss out on that, especially when it's one night only. Hey, Dustin, welcome. You ordered Beastmaster? You think a lot of people will be broke? I'm broke. So we save money, but you'll probably grab the bundle. Yeah, I really want Killing Birds too. There's just so much. Well, I think considering like with Costco, I think consider all things considered, and like the health that that Agnes Scrim was in at the time too, um, and the fact that he actually didn't get to do it himself. Um, there's a it's it's not there's more that can be done. That's what I'll put it that way. There's more that can be done. But Scrim is gone, so it's really going to take a lot to. By the way, guys, if you're liking this video, please hit the like button and do the whole like share, subscribe, tweet the video. Let Vinegar Syndrome know that I'm doing a video on them. That would be muchly appreciated. And if you have found your Vinegar Syndrome stuff through this video, let them know. I think you're gonna like this Jolly set better than you like the first one, Shadow. Um, because this one is more pure Jallo than the first set was. I actually love the first set, but I'll be the first to admit that a lot of it isn't the most pure like Jallo in the classic sense of it. But I found them fun. Like personally for me, these here are definitely like stronger when it comes to in a Jallo sense than the first set. So there's some stuff to be excited about. Like don't rule out this one even if you didn't like the first one. Yeah, I saw the photo of the Friday 13 box that's at the Scream Factory. That down to this, it looks really sexy. Do I know how much a yearly subscriber bundle? Too much for me, unfortunately. I wish I could grab a yearly subscriber bundle. I would love to jump on myself, Adam. Well, see, the Trauma is the one that's the most like a Giallo out of the three ones there. Shadow. Trauma is the most like Giallo like film in the set. All three of these in the second set are more Giallo like. French Sex Murders, The Room and Girl, The Girl in Room 2A, um, My Dear Killer. My Dear Killer was like got like a Shameless release. Like in Shameless, do a lot of real Giallo stuff. Beastmaster 2 is a guilty pleasure. I haven't seen Beastmaster 2 in years. I take a sniper approach to buying movies, and this bundle's. So I'm guessing a lot of you guys did like pick up some of the releases. Dustin said he picked up Beastmaster. A few of you guys here said you picked up the bundles, or you're going to be pre-ordering the bundles. For me, it's a better deal to grab the bundle. Um, Because let's just do a little bit of. Ken's got the bundle. Oh, if you like Conan and stuff like that, man. Oh, Beastmaster is Conquest is fun. Beastmaster is much better than Conquest, and I like watching. But I got a T-shirt of Conquest. But I'll be honest there. Um, Besides them on a dollar center, that's actually pretty cool. Oh yeah, the girl in room 2A is actually is the first time like getting this one as well. You want to get that Spin Your Grave box set from Ronin Flicks. It'd be too pricey for me, but I would like it. You got the T-shirt deck. I'm glad you got the T-shirt. I'm glad people are getting the T-shirt. I knew Warlock. I without a doubt. I had no like. I knew 100% you'd be grabbing the bundle like me. You'd have to. Yeah, like Fade to Black is in the bundle league. It's 7 titles. Like, it's because you're getting a box set which has 3 Blu-rays on it. You're getting a 4K release of Beastmaster. One heck of a sexy release. You think those Arrow releases are looking nice with like Flash Gordon and stuff like that. Wait till Beastmaster comes out. Uh, you're getting Fade to Black, one of the most wanted like thrillers on Blu-ray as long as I can remember. It's been on like the top like 5 lists of like a lot of horror aficionados. I have seen a few of these giallos. Some of these I have seen. And I'm excited, but I haven't seen them in some of the editions that they're coming out in. French Sex Murders is a brand new like cut of the film. I think is it My Dear Killer is or Room and Girl the girl in room 2A. Actually, one of those has like a brand new like extended Italian cut of the film as well. So there's gonna be new cuts of the film, and we don't know yet. Here's the thing: are they better than the other Jello? I like the ones in the other set, but yes, they're more of what you would expect for a Jello. Uh, they're definitely more what you'd expect for like a Jello to be. Where some of the other ones may have seen more like one of them seemed I guess a little bit like lower uh lower budget I guess you we're gonna say and a bit kind of off kilter. Um, I would say this is much closer. Would you guys agree? For guys that have seen like the films like French Sex Murders and My Dear Killer, and titles like that, would you agree that these are more along the lines of like what you'd say if somebody said you're putting out a Jello box set and they named off these three, you'd see these as like of like more like what the Jello that you're probably used to. More salacious. They're going to be much more. They're going to be sleazier, sexier, more violent. That's one thing that some people were a little bit disappointed in with the first set is uh, is that they I would say they're second class. But I guess in a way they're not Argento. Like they're not that. But for a lot of people, when they bought the first box set, and like the Forgotten Jelly, people were going in with like high expectations of gore, and of like nudity and sleaze, like what you expect from those other type of Jallos. But yeah, that's exactly what you're gonna get with this set. So if what you thought you were going to get when the first set like maybe you felt a bit let down because there wasn't exactly nudity all over the place, there wasn't like a ton of blood or any of that type of stuff, especially the Killer's 1 of 13, which was a favorite of mine, but I know a lot of you guys didn't like. Hey there, Kay, have a great evening there, man. Thank you for coming in. uh, then this is probably going to be closer to what you're looking for. Yeah, you want to watch an Argento movie? Watch an Argento movie. But I would not like underrate any of these films. I do like all three of these Giallo films. and I can honestly say I'm excited about this set. The last ones I didn't know. I hadn't seen them, so go, going in blind on those, well, it was a fantastic experience. All Vinegar Syndrome titles are limited, Andres. Um, Basically, but the way they do it is they it's usually like limited slipcovers, editions of the films. There'll be certain titles that they'll get that are like limited and they sell out. That's it. Disconnected is one of those titles. Lust for Freedom is another title that like literally just sold out completely. Rad, another one that is now gone. There's some exciting. Hey there, Joe. Well, the thing is, not yet. You won't get the information yet because that's the thing. You're not getting singular releases for most of these yet. We'll know how limited they are on November 25th. That's when you're gonna know. We never know beforehand. Not even with Rad. Rad, we kind of knew. We had to do the math ourselves, really. Uh, Rad, people were putting it in their cart, putting like so many copies in their cart just to find out how many copies of Rad were out there. So we didn't know like then either. We didn't know like even during the sale when it came to Rad. We just know that they were selling out like crazy. Um, no mention of the partner labels for the sale. I'm actually be interested to see. I don't know if they're going to go on sale. Like at this point, Fun City have only had two releases, so it might be a little bit early in the genesis of them for a sale. I, I would expect maybe AGFA will have a bit sale, and if Fun City may have like may lower their prices are really good. Like Fun City editions, let's be honest, they're already priced extremely well already. Like you're not, it's never going to break the bank grabbing the Fun City release. Uh, there's a reason when I picked up the October bundle, I grabbed I Start Counting. Aside from it being a fantastic film, you think for new releases? Well, I don't know yet. We may see some stuff come. There's a lot to come out. I mean, we still don't have the two VSAs. We don't know what those are yet. And I think that they were initially gonna announce them. They're initially gonna tell us, but there was so much information. There was so much coming out. There was so much to be excited for. Oh, Fun City, man! Like, definitely check out their stuff. I got the second release coming. I, you know, I will, but with the Jenny Agutter one. But I don't have the first one yet, which I desperately need because I listened to the Just to This podcast episode that where Brian had the Fun City guy on, and he was talking about it. I was 110% sold on those releases, on that release right there. And he mentioned I'm gonna get that right. I mentioned the Jenny Agder one as well. Yeah, to see the Chef Factory photo of the Friday. Oh yes, Andres. I just got back from watching Friday 13th 1 to 3 in a drive-in. So I'm very stoked about the Friday 13th set right now. Alphabet City I'm interested to check out. That's Vincent Spano, right? I think it's Vincent Spano. I could be wrong. You're so what are you jealous of? um, yeah, I want to check that out. Oh, Friday 13th Drive. Yeah, it was amazing. I got to say, this is my second time seeing the original Friday 13th at that drive-in. I went with my cousin last time. My better half's their birthday today, so I went to see Friday 13th 1, 2, and 3 at the drive-in. I loved watching part two, especially I love part two. And one jump got me, and I'm so happy it did, because I've seen them so many times. But there's like the one, the scene where she's at the door and she's going for the window and she lets go of the door and she thinks she's to go out the window and Jason kind of like smashes through the window. Got me. It got me. I knew it was coming, but it got me. It's at limiting two copies per customer for the Beastmaster release. Yes, actually it is. It's very much so so that everybody has a chance to to get them. In the past, sometimes they've limited things to one copy, but usually two copies is what they limit something like a big release like Beastmaster 2. Um, because Vinegar Syndrome is very anti-scalper. Um, in the past, basically what they've done is if they've seen like a bunch like that, a lot of copies are sold to like one person or two people. If they see somebody with 10 copies of like a Beastmaster in their cart, um, often what they'll do is they'll say, you know what? No, we want to make sure everybody can get it. They did this a while back. Sweet Sugar and Red Mob sold out almost instantaneously on the website. And they could have done that. They could have just took the money, like their company. They want to sell. They could have just said, you know what? We'll just take the money. We don't care what happens with the movies afterwards. Uh, but Vinegar Syndrome aren't like that. Vinegar Syndrome wants to make sure that the movies get out to as many people as possible. Uh, they do care if you get a copy. So what they did during that sale was they said, you know what? No, you can have up to two in your cart. That's fantastic. Everything else will, we're not gonna take that money. We'll charge you for two, and then all of a sudden, bam, there anybody could go like everybody was able to go out and get like if they wanted to go grab like Sweet Sugar or Red Mob, and I got to get Sweet Sugar. It was the first Vinegar Syndrome release I got when I moved to Nova Scotia. And I wouldn't have got it if it wasn't for the fact that Vinegar Syndrome. I wouldn't have been able to get it with the slipcover. It wasn't for the fact that Vinegar Syndrome said, you know what? Let's stop the scalping. Yep, exactly, Warlock. They refunded people back the money. And before, like people say, well, what's it like? It's a PR type of move. You know, think about how many companies put out limited editions of stuff and don't do this. Uh, how many PlayStation 5s pre-orders are online right now on eBay for like $1,000 because people can't get them? Or how many times have you seen a title go to print pretty quickly and then see it on eBay afterwards? So for the to the best of their ability, Vinegar Syndrome is giving you a limited edition title, but still, but still uh, allowing you to like to get it. Like is you get limited edition stuff, but still allowing you to get it. When is PlayStation 5 coming out? November the 12th for the PlayStation 5 and November 10th for Xbox Series X. Hey there, Ryan. It's still happening. Uh, so yeah, I mean it's these little things that make me like the company so much. Like the little things they don't have to do that they do. Super Nintendo and PS2 games this winter. I was playing Xbox. I was playing no Xbox. I was playing PlayStation 4 last night because I couldn't sleep. Yeah, that's like me, Al. I was gonna like you guys know. I came on here super excited about the PS5. I'm gonna grab it. I'm not gonna buy any more movies this year. I'm glad I made the decision to change my mind and like wait on the PlayStation 5. Um, that's what I'll do a super chat later on this year for a PlayStation 5. That's not gonna happen. But but to do this because my channel is focused on getting these releases. Hey there, 4K. 4K, you got to accept Beastmaster, man. Well, there's only one, like 3D one coming out. So it's either got to be Tales of the Third Dimension or Silent Madness. It can't be both. And that's an exciting thing. We don't know which. We were certain we were certain it was going to be Silent Madness. There was no other choice. Like, oh, it's got to be Silent Madness. It's going to be Silent Madness. Then all of a sudden they like put some stuff out there. Well, maybe it's been released on disc. Has it? It's been dodgily released on disc. Oh, the 3D release play on a regular TV. Yes, in a way. Will the 3D version of it play? No, that's going to be a 3D edition. But will there be a flat version of it as well? Yeah. So yes, it'll play. So like the same as like when you pick up like House of Wax, for instance, like the Vincent Price one. Uh, you're not, obviously you're not gonna unless you got a 3D TV or a PlayStation VR system or something like that. You're probably not going to see it in 3D, but you still see House of Wax, the regular edition of it in 3D. Let's see what 4K said here. I'm kind of interested. I might get Beastmaster for now, then Fade to Black. You have to order Dawn of the Dead before it sells out. You want those like sexy, like be honest. You want those sexy like new postcards to put out for those too. Dawn of the Dead is something that I love, but I can't do everything. Um, Anybody wants to get me a good Christmas gift, and you're over the UK, and you see a Dawn of the Dead set, feel free. I will much appreciate that, uh, because that's out of my range. Oh, the 3D set will be like a combo set. Like you'll get to watch it on Blu-ray, regular Blu-ray. Do I like the movie Apocalypse Now? Actually, I like the documentary about Apocalypse Now better than I like Apocalypse Now. But it's been years since I've seen it, and I really got to give it another shot. You haven't gone 4K yet, Andy? Well, it's getting extremely cheap to go 4K. That's the thing. The one thing I can tell you right now. 4K 3D combo TVs. I haven't seen a lot of. I haven't seen many of those actually. For me, like I got a 3D TV like from like because when 3D TVs were out, it's up in my up in my bedroom, and I watched a lot of like my movies on there. That's when I'm doing reviews and stuff like that. I'm doing like some Mill Creek reviews coming up in the near future, and I'm watching them from my room. Beastmaster's your first purchase from Vinegar Syndrome, Dustin. That's an awesome first purchase. Like there's not as much 3D like 3D as out there as there used to be. It'll be, but the VR. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're a gamer or if you got a PlayStation VR or anything like that, or maybe any of that type. I watch a lot of my 3D stuff now on a VR headset because I really like the way that's been done. Warlock's 100% right. Like 3D's been pretty much phased out for a lot of TVs. Oh yeah, well I had a 3D TV back in the day, Jason. That's the thing, an LG, and it's a really good one too. I'll be bluntly honest there. I think it's LG. It's LG or Samsung. I can't remember right now. Yeah, like the 4K sets are they're getting extreme. Even here, like Indy, like 4K TV. When you come back to Canada, you're gonna notice 4K TVs are gotten extremely cheap. Uh, but for me, like when I'm looking for, I got a 4K TV now. It's a 55 inch, which isn't too bad. But my next one is I want to go. My better half wants to go 65 inches, but I want 75. Like I study film. This is it's what I do. Um, Eventually, I'm going to be teaching film, so that's what I want to do when it comes to that. So I want about 75 inch, and I want the one that has Dolby Atmos and HDR plus, and of course Dolby Vision. So that's my thoughts on when it comes to that for my setup. I want about 75 inches. Uh, there's I'm looking strongly at the LGs because they have both, and they have what's called like movie maker mode, where it's basically it's a mode to make the film as close to like the movie, like the cinema makers like idea as possible. So those things, those are options that I look for when I'm looking for like when I looking now into like a new TV to get down the road. Not something I can get now. I couldn't buy like a 15-inch TV right now. But but yeah, like that, yeah, 75, 76 inches. That's what that's around. I think that's the optimum size for me. I can't go any higher. It's gonna be too expensive. I just got to fit in my condo. How much are 4K players? Well, Robert, they're getting down there. Um, you're able to get them a lot cheaper now than you used to be able to. And of course, there's also the. That's a good question, guys. How much is a 4K player right now? Like $100, a couple $100 maybe. Now, of course, like if you're getting one of the new like video game consoles, for instance, if you're grabbing a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, both of those play 4K discs. If you have like, I'm sure the Xbox Series X, like Xbox One, is going to go down in price, like a lot once the Xbox Series X comes out. So I'm pretty sure you might be able to pick up like a Xbox One S, for instance, for maybe a couple $100 or even less. Um, and that's a 4K. I'm thinking of PS5. I know for sure in the future that's what I'll go for first. I usually get both of the systems, but I will always go for the usually for the PlayStation one first, and that's because it is stronger, more towards like more towards gamers and gaming. And as much as I love the Xbox and I love their controller, I think they have an amazing controller. Xbox is trying to be the Netflix of gaming. That's their goal. That's obvious. Xbox's goal is to become the Netflix of gaming. So exclusivity is not something that they really care about. It's not a big deal to them. Their idea basically is to just like they bought Bethesda. People said, "Well, are they going to make Bethesda games all exclusive?" No, they won't. What they'll do is they'll make a ton of money off of Sony by actually licensing out Bethesda games. They may like put like timed exclusivity for some of the games. I can see that happening. But they're not gonna say, you know what, we don't want to make any extra money for Xbox. It's about it's the profit. It's the profit margin. It's going to be like making as much as they can for for the different stuff. Like that Bethesda was bought not to give exclusive games. Bethesda was bought to put more games and more quality games on their Game Pass. That's why it was bought. That like if I was to bet, that's the primary reason for them doing that, not for exclusivity content. Like Bethesda is not going to be like they. If that was the case, they would have worked their butts off on getting Deathloop and the other game, which is a long title that I can't remember, uh, made non-exclusive, and there would have been ways. Right, Sony would have been like screwed over when it came to Bethesda with that, but that's not going to happen, and it didn't happen. And Xbox has already said it. Xbox has already come out and they said, no, those titles are still going to be Sony exclusives. We're not changing that. There you go. That's my thoughts on that. So I do apologize for people that came in stock vinegar syndrome, and I mentioned and I went into to like some different stuff. We also got an announcement from Arrow today that there is a huge trimmer set coming out, which I'm guessing a lot of you guys are excited about. That want to upgrade their trimmers. There's gonna have like a booklet. There's gonna be like postcards. There's gonna be like I think there's like a poster with it as well. Uh, to disc edition. They're gonna be like kind of like the Waterworld set they put out. You're gonna get that type of stuff when it comes to for the Arrow Tremor set. With the Fridays movies, the 35 millimeter prints. Not in my theater, they wouldn't be. Uh, Definitely not. but uh, but uh, but I wish. Tremors said it's 4K. Is it 4K? You know, I haven't got a chance to really look at it, so let's just check. Is it 4K? How many Tremors movies are there? There are 7 or 8 at last count. Yep, Tremors Ultra HD coming in 4K, so that's the one I'll be buying down the road. And Versus is coming out as well, which I'm guessing AME is excited about. I have not seen Lovecraft Country yet, but I've heard amazing things about it, so I'll definitely be checking that out. Are the sequels? They're fun. Like some are better than others, much better than others. Now this is Tremors, this is just the original Tremors, but let's just see what it has. Well, a new 4K restoration. So let's look at the extras for Tremors. There is a new 4K restoration for the film from its original camera negative, 60-page bound book with writings from Kim Newman and Jonathan Melville, large photo double-sided poster with newly commissioned artwork from Matt Frank, of course, who worked on the Gamera set. Small photo double-sided poster featuring graboid X-ray artwork by Matt Frank, much in the vein of the Gamera X-ray monster that you saw in the book. 6 double-sided postcard size lobby cards, limited edition packaging, new audio commentary. Actually, there's 2 new audio commentaries, a brand new documentary called Making Perfection on here. Uh, Truth But Tremors, a newly filmed interview with Nancy Roberts, newly filmed with photography. It's amazing, actually. There's a ton of features on here. And there's a second disc that has extended hour-long interviews from the making of Making Perfection, outtakes, and 3 early short films by the makers of Tremors, which should be really, really fun. So a lot of stuff coming out there. And of course, there is Versus coming out as well. And that is going to be like a sexy release too. So there is an insane amount of stuff. My thoughts on Dear Dead Delilah, I like it. I mean, Dear Dead Delilah, did you like it? Is not a fast-paced film. It's not a, but it's got some fun stuff in it. It's got some really fun stuff. It's slower paced, Southern Gothic. Of course, by the way, after we talked about like animation coming out in 4K, and we had a huge conversation on that. Fire Nights gets announced by Blue Underground as with a 4K release. So there you go. We just got to keep talking about stuff that we want, and magically here in the Cult of Cinema, it's going to happen. Will I be buying the which one, the Tremors one eventually? So yeah, Ryan's that's it. The magic of the Cult of Cinema. I think Blue Underground really was a big. Well, we're big if we're in bringing this out, and you got to give them all the credit in the world for this. People talk about Blue Underground like re-releasing things and stuff like that. Their 4K releases have been top notch, and you can't fault them on that. And it's good to see Arrow doing it now, and it's great to see Vinegar Syndrome doing it now. Um, but we got to credit where credit is due. Uh, I'm very excited about these releases. I got the bundle. Uh, and I just want to see more. But what a great way to end out the year with these releases, with the Vinegar Syndrome Black Friday bundle and a T-shirt. I cannot wait for the T-shirt. By the way, because I went to the movie, the Friday 13th triple feature, this was the T-shirt that I wore tonight. Oh, the Fu Manchu set's going to be amazing. By the way, guys, if you haven't picked up the Fu Manchu set from the Indicator, you haven't pre-ordered that yet, that looks amazing. The features on that are stunning, utterly stunning, including an 84-minute interview with Christopher Lee, done by Guardian. This is not an audio interview like on some of them. This is a actual, like, on a stage, a video interview with Christopher Lee, 84 minutes long. And that's not the only Christopher Lee, like, centric feature and that Fu Manchu cycle. It's screened here actually, Indy, at the at our drive-in, at our local drive-in, Cape Breton Drive-In. Uh, we got to watch parts 1, 2, and 3. Indicators UK, Jason. Some of them are, you like check to see which ones are like region. Some of them are region free. You just got to check to be sure. I actually picked this up at Spencer's last year. The road games release from Indicator looks amazing. The Fu Manchu Cycle for me is like it's the Indicator release of the year for me. Like this is the one that excites me most out of like the Indicator stuff. And I like their Hammer stuff is amazing, like their film noir stuff. The Fu Manchu set, that's my jam, man. But with that being said, guys, I'm exhausted. Um, I literally came on here because uh, have I been on Vinegar? Brian, I just pre-ordered this morning as soon as it was announced. The second it was announced, I, I talked to my better half, and I said, "Look, this is something I really want. Can we do it? I'm not sure. Uh, thanks, thanks to Flip and Super Chat, um, I was able to do it, and I'm glad because I want to do this. Not just I'm not just excited. I wanted to do this on here as well. To I want to do this with you guys. I want to show you. I want to share the excitement with you guys that we can actually do this together. Um, we can talk about it. We can discuss some really exciting films, from the Beastmaster set to the Jolly set to Fade to Black. Finally, Fade to Black. Um, that blows my mind. I was a kid going to the local like video store, and I remember I picked up Fade to Black, and I picked up No Way to Treat a Lady with Rod Steiger. And both of those films just blew my mind. I just love them so much. And it is so nice to see Fade to Black getting the what it deserves. Beastmaster Watch Party. You know what? My better half does like Beastmaster. That could be a Patreon video. Uh, that could seriously be one. I'm not even joking. Um, and I've been trying to like set up another Facebook page as well for this channel. So I will let you guys know when that stuff happens as well. Anyway, I'm dropping for sleep. Uh, are there any plans for another Cult of Cinema After Dark? There is. Unfortunately, Jason, the Cult of Cinema After Dark hasn't been hasn't didn't take off as well as I initially hoped it would. Uh, but hopefully I will be able to do some in the near future. I may have to move it over to Patreon because of the fact that it is more adult oriented entertainment. Um, because and I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. But I was hoping that like more people would kind of be into it and watch it. Because my idea with my channel is to really kind of like to study everything. To really get into studying cinema. It's my love. Um, like it's some people look at like uh like their job is, whatever their job is. Like say you work in, like I worked in PR before, public relations. You work in public relations. You're a doctor. You're a lawyer. That's your thing. Um, my job is what I do for for money. This here, uh, this is my this is my life's work. This is what I study. This is my, hopefully, my imprint that is the study of cinema and films, and hopefully the passion that I have for it. I hope anyway comes across in camera. I hope it does, because it is genuine and it is exactly, it is me. So that's the way. That's my thought. Anyway, I'm Aaron. This is my movie library. You are the call to cinema. I am literally passing out here right now. thank you for Thank you so much for staying in. Please hit that like button on the way out. Check out my Patreon, and I will hopefully see you guys really, really soon. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.